We want to create a new query that covers multiple tables. Select the Create tab to do this, and we'll be creating the query in Design View, and so I'll select Query Design and select Add for the Employees, Orders and Order Details tables, and then select Close. We want to display the employee's name, and so in Employees, double-click the first name and the last name. I'll also add the date, and so in Orders, I'll double-click Order Date. And also we're going to create a formula to display the total price. The column will be named Price, and it will consist of unit price multiplied by quantity. In the next column, I'll type Price, and then unit price in square brackets, asterisk, and then quantity in square brackets. And that will create the calculation for us. The fields in the formula are both in the Order Details table. If they're in different tables, then these should be defined as part of the formula. We want to summarise the data, and for each employee and date, display the sum of the price. And so I'll select Totals, and in the Price column on the Total row, select Sum. There are some incomplete orders that have no price, and so we'll exclude these. When using summarised queries, adding a Where column will filter the results of the sum rather than the inputs. In the next column, type Price, and then unit price in square brackets, asterisk, and then quantity in square brackets. In the second Price column on the Total row, select Where. On the Criteria row, type greater than 0. We can now run the query and see the results, and so I'll select Run. We can return to Design View to edit the query by selecting View. And now we want to filter the results by name, and so I'll select Parameters. If we put a question in a parameter, that question will be asked when the query is run. In the Parameter column, I'll type Enter Last Name. It's important the question doesn't match a field name, otherwise the value from that field will be used. To avoid that, I always start the questions with Enter. You could use other forms of Word if you want to, but just make sure they don't match any field names. In the Data Type column, I'll select Short Text. We can now reference the parameter in a query. In the Last Name column, select the Criteria row and type Enter Last Name in square brackets, matching the name from the parameter we created. Now we'll run the query by selecting Run, and the question appears. We'll enter a name and view the results for that employee, and so I'll type Kotas and select OK to run the query. Now you can have a look at using Query Wizard to create a new query.